Today on the menu, we've got a Spanish-inspired chicken tray bake, bursting with bold, rustic flavours. Golden chicken, smoky chorizo, potatoes, olives and sweet peppers, all roasted together until everything is crisp, juicy and packed with flavour. This is a proper throw and go. Throw in the pan, go in the oven. It makes an easy midweek dinner or a fantastic weekend meal with friends and family. I hope you're all well. I'm Shane. Welcome back to It's Cooking Good. This really is easy, and the great thing is you can make this one ahead. So let's start with our chicken. Today I'm using bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs, and these ones today are really quite small. So I'm working on about 3 chicken thighs per person for this recipe, and we're literally going to throw everything we want into this one pan. So to that, I'm just going to move some of my bits out of the way here. We're going to add some sliced garlic, and I'm using 4 cloves of garlic here. Just slice them up, dice them if you want, crush them if you prefer, doesn't matter. And there's our last one there. To that, I've got 1 red onion, and we're going to basically cut this into wedges. I've left the stem on here, as you can see there, and it just helps when you cut this to keep those onions together. Onion done. Let's get these in the pan. See what I mean? Just chuck it in. Actually, I'm going to put the garlic in now as well. Let's get rid of that. To that, I've got a couple of peppers. I'm using a yellow and red. And I like mine quite chunky. If you like yours sort of cut into really thin strips, or you want to dice it up, do what you prefer. But I like mine that sort of size. So I know I'm getting a nice bite of pepper. I do like the pepper, adds really good flavour to this dish. That's going to go in as well. And I've also got a red one. And then again, same thing. Any fashion you like. That one's a bit bigger, we'll cut that into 3. Get that into our pan as well. And then here I've got some baby potatoes, half a pack, or just over half a pack I had left, and I want to use these up. And with these, all you're going to do is chop them in half. So just like that, and we'll put all of those in too. Okay, and that's our last potato there. Next, we're going to go in with my garden tomatoes, my last of them, unfortunately. I think I've got a couple left, but not many. So I'm going to chuck all those in whole, not even going to cut those up. Why create more work for myself? Let's get rid of those. Here, some chorizo. I had half a chorizo sausage left, so I'm just going to slice that up. Again, if you want it diced or you want to keep it into sort of whole slices, then just add it whichever way you prefer. There's no rules with this. Similarly, if there's stuff you don't like that I'm putting in, leave it out, swap it out with something else. Make this your own, basically. It's a great user-upper, and it tastes delicious. So just get all of that in. So that's our chorizo done. Let's get all of that in there as well. I'm running out of room, I think. Only a few more ingredients to go. That's it. To that, you want to season it up with a bit of salt. Nice bit of sea salt in there. I'm not going to put too much because we are going to be adding some chicken stock, which tends to be salty as well. Some cracked black pepper. Again, as much or as little as you want. I quite like my cracked black pepper. I've got here some mixed olives. I've got green and black. If you don't like one or the other, switch it out. And that's going to go in as well. All of those olives. Chef's treat. And some smoked paprika. Now I'm using a spicy smoked paprika. Don't want the spice, just use your standard sweet smoked paprika. And you want to go in with quite a bit of this. I'm actually going to use 2 heaped tablespoons. So it's where a lot of the flavour in the sauce is going to come from. You want some olive oil. Good few glugs of it. I'd say that's probably 2 tablespoons there. And here I've got some fresh thyme. Again, use dried. I had this, it needs to be used up. So I'm just gonna plonk some of that on the top there. Get that out of the way. So I'm gonna move all of this out of the way. and you want to get your hands involved and give this all a good mix around. Just make sure that all of those flavours are incorporated. You really want to pull that chicken up now. Start to make sure that that seasoning is getting on that chicken. That's it, lovely. Try not to spill as much as I am. That's it, and once you've done that, you just want to bring the chicken up to the top because we want this skin to start to crisp up. So just get all of your chicken pieces, lay them on top of all your veggies and all those goodies that we've got going on underneath. And that's going to create our lovely sauce under there. That's it. Last couple of bits there. Just make sure that they are nicely showing on the top there. Okay, so our chicken tray bake is almost ready to go in the oven. How easy was that? A little bit of chopping, throw it in the pan and Bob's your uncle. I mean, it couldn't get any easier. We do have one more step to do. I'm not going to do that just yet because I'm going to go and put this in the fridge because it's mid-afternoon and I've got to wait for everyone to come home. This is for our dinner tonight before I finish it off and put it in the oven. And that's the great thing about this dish. You can make it ahead, depending on your schedule. You could probably make this up to a day in advance. So I'll see you in a little bit when we finish this off and get it in the oven. Okay, so my tray bake's been in the fridge for about 3.5 hours approximately. So let's just finish it off before it goes into the oven. Here I've got some chicken stock, just a Knorr chicken stock cube. And I wanna add, try not to get it on the chicken. I tend to sort of pour it around and about. This is gonna help those potatoes and everything else, and it's gonna create a sauce for us at the end. And I'm probably adding about 200 milliliters there. And last but not least, optional, I'm gonna add a little bit of white wine because I think it just lifts this dish a little bit. So again, I'm just gonna dart a little bit here and there. Leave it out, as I say, if you don't want the white wine, just leave it out just a touch. So probably about 100 milliliters, not much more. Your oven needs to be preheated to 180 degrees C, fan, and that's gonna go in and cook for about 40 to 45 minutes. What you're looking for is obviously the chicken and the potatoes to be cooked. So you want that chicken to be nice and crispy, a bit of color on it. Make sure it's got an internal temperature of 74 degrees C. Tray bake is out. It took the full 45 minutes. I just want to check those potatoes, make sure they're cooked through. I can see the chicken is nicely cooked and it's got a nice crispy skin. Yeah, that knife's just gliding through there nicely on those potatoes. Look at that skin. Nice and crispy. The juices from the chicken have mixed in with that stock and that wine and all the juices from the vegetables. This looks amazing. Our Spanish style chicken tray bake. Let's move it to one side. Let's bring in a plate. It's still hot, I know that much. And let's just get a little bit of this chicken out. These were really small chicken thighs. I don't know if you noticed that when you buy these packs of chicken thighs, you know, it's 500 grams. You might get 3 large ones or like 8 really small ones. And these are really small ones, but that suits me. I want a bit of that sauce and we've got loads of it. A bit of that over the top. I want a bit of potato, definitely a bit of pepper. And I fancy an olive. I'll have a green one. I forgot to say earlier, I wanted a special thanks to my wife and kids. It was my birthday and they bought me a new It's Cooking Good apron. I've been upgraded. This one is an embroidered one and in green. Let me know down in the comments what you prefer, the green apron with the embroidery or the black one with the print. Let me know. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. I know which one I prefer. So let's give this a whirl. I'm just going to shift this around actually so we get a better view here. Get our knife and fork. The chicken, it smells delightful. Honestly, the smells, that chorizo and everything coming through there, the smoked paprika. Cannot wait to give this a go. Let's put a bit of that olive on there, take the whole thing. Oh, that is lovely. That is very, very good. Hold on, just make sure, another little bit of that. Oh, the olive gives it a nice sort of piquancy, if you like vinegary taste, which goes really, really well with the richness of the paprika and the chorizo. That is lovely. Potatoes, see how they're cooked? Yeah, perfect. That is simple, smoky, succulent, Spanish-style chicken at its best. You saw how easy this was. Comes together in no time. What, 5 minutes of prep maybe? 5 or 6 minutes? And then the oven does the grunt of the work. It is absolutely fabulous and definitely one to give a go. That's it from me. If you like the content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Please also like, share and comment. If you've got something you want me to cook, please do let me know. I'll put all of the details of today's Spanish style chicken tray bake down below in the description as always. And all that's left for me to say is until next time, it's cooking good.